Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test.
From Plymouth, Leanne Center.
Well, I want to welcome everybody to RTC TV4. We've got the 2018 Boys Swimming and Diving Sectionals from Warsaw. Happy to be here with you. Get you started, but we're going to hand it over to Carmen Reeves and Abby McCarter. They're going to be on the call today. They know a heck of a lot more about swimming and diving than I ever will, so we're happy to have them. Again, Scott Sager with you. I want to thank my lovely wife, Glenda, for running camera. We're going to hand it over to Carmen and Abby for a great day of swimming here from Warsaw.
baseball hats and stand for the national anthem.
We are now going to the national anthem. Woo. Well, Abby, we're getting ready to start first heat, first event, 200-yard medley relay.
We are.
You swam this, so I know that you know the nerves coming into this. And
Yeah. Even though I'm never going to swim in this pool again, when that national anthem started playing, woo, my heart started pumping. So here we go. All right, so we don't have any Rochester Valley swimmers in this.
Kobe James, Owen Bice,
But we'll
Levi
listen to who
Hoffman,
is in this.
Miles Van Tobel. Lane 4 from Logansport, Nick Ladon, Alex Ladon, William Murray, and Oscar Grimaldo. Lane 5 from Huntington, Nathan York, Cole Davidson, Keegan Moutz, and Connor Mason. And lane 6 from Manchester, Luke Donathan, Parker York, Jacob Slavkin, and Michael Learned.
here comes the breaststroke. This is one of Abby's strokes that she's pretty darn good in.
Oh, thank you.
Went to state last weekend in this. Breaststroke seems to be one of the better, the better strokes that determines where that team is going to end up in the medley relay.
Yeah.
You have to have a great breaststroker to get them going. Of course, same thing's true in that 200 IM.
Yeah.
Pretty tough race here between the two in the middle.
Is that Logansport and Huntington North, it looks like. So they're battling for 9th.
They are. Just so the people at home know, the people in the consoles, even if they beat the time of the people in the finals, do not move up.
Right.
They move up in this section of the consoles only.
Yep, next up we're going to have the championship final, and we'll have to, again, turn down the sound for that as the music plays. But and then afterwards, a little change in this year's boys sectional. For the awards after, they'll be on the podium behind the blocks rather than
on the blocks.
On the blocks. So kind of neat. You can see the orange podium back there.
Championship heat.
Here we go.
In lane 1 from Wabash, Ryan Evans, Jacob Russ, Ryan Davis, Trace Goodwin. Lane 2, Plymouth, Kirk Heddich, Daniel Stouffer, Alex Vansa, Andrew Cashian. Lane 3 from Culver, James Gordon, Nicholas Warnholzdeck, Francis Ellert, Juan Pablo Padilla. Lane 4 from Warsaw, Nick Zogby, Grant Knight, Evan Borchers, Alex Cook. Lane 5 from Rochester, Jeffrey Rupert, Mason Brady, Reese Reaney, Mason Beal. Lane 6 from Cass, Drew Cornell, Mac Appleton, John Bocher, Carl J. Lane 7 from Columbia City, Telly Varga, Maxwell Joseph, Caden Ferguson, Brian Fick. And lane 8 from Tippy, Dakota Prater, Mason Stephen, Daniel Alexander, and Chase Brower.
Go Rochester! All right, so Rochester in lane 5 seated 2nd, and Valley in lane 8 seated 8th in this event. Jeff Rupert first for Rochester.
All right, just so you at home know, the way it should go, lane 4 is seated first. Lane 5, that is Rochester. We are seated 2nd. Lane 3 will be seated 3rd. Lane 6 is seated 4th. Just goes back and forth like that. Jeff right now has an awesome lead. Awesome.
What was his split on that? Holy moly.
What did he just go?
I think, I can't see.
I can't see it either. I'm at too odd of an angle. Come on, Mason.
25-1 maybe? That's pretty
Wow.
fast. It's 25 something, I'm pretty sure. We'll see after. I'll have the split.
Come on. This Mason.
Come on, Brady.
Brady.
Yeah.
That's in there. Another
All
pole
right.
vaulter for me,
Now
too.
Reese
and for
Reaney
Roger.
diving off.
Reese is doing the butterfly, and they are in front. So let's keep it going. Keep it going. That means taper is working for them.
Yeah. Rochester behind Warsaw is seated first. They're seated first by quite a bit.
They
so.
are. They are.
But,
They've come up. I see it now.
Yeah, but Rochester should have,
2nd.
yeah, 2nd.
And
definitely.
a pretty darn good
pretty
time.
Good, yeah.
All right. Who's this coming on?
24.78 for Reese. That's really good. Mason Beal in the water now for Rochester. Freestyle leg. Now he's actually swimming the next event, the 200 free. So
But he does have the awards.
he has the console, yeah, and the
plus
console
the
heat.
console heat.
So
That'll give him a little bit of break.
It will.
He'll have to get over there and do what they call a cool
he
down.
closed that in 22.88.
Wow,
That's really fast.
22.88. That's an awesome split.
That's
we had
really
some nice
fast.
splits from these young gentlemen.
Yeah, we did.
Come
wonder what
on,
their
Tip Valley, get in there.
Time was, I'm guessing
Tip-
that was close to the school record, honestly.
Tip
141.
Valley moved up. They were in 8th and now did move up to 7th place. You can move within your heat.
Right.
So they,
And then I think, did Chase Brower go last? Yeah. So Chase Brower closed that in 21.8 or 21.5, I mean, I think. 21.5,
Wow.
is that right? And the state cut for that is 21.45 maybe. So later on he'll have a shot
great
to
shot. Yeah. Now, Abby was saying that the
21.59.
places are now over on the podium, so
Right.
we will get to see that, which will be new from what they have done in the past. So it'll be interesting on how that shows. But that leaves less congestion behind the starting blocks,
Right.
so that the next heat can set their starts the way they want them, and that also means that they will probably keep it moving a little faster. That's their hope, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little different from the girls already. The girls, they had us do a warm down 50 after each event. So
Oh, wow.
So already moving a little faster than
Right.
the girls. That took some time. So
Well, I'm sure they're opening up that diving well for the cool downs,
Right.
because these particular referees cut down
Goodwin.
the
In 7th place from Tippy Valley, Dakota
There's the
Prater,
podium.
Mason Stephen, Daniel Alexander, and Chase Brower. Sixth place from Columbia City, Telly Varga, Maxwell Joseph, Caden Ferguson, and Brian Fix. In fifth place from Plymouth, Kirk Hedich, Daniel Stouffer, Alex Vansa, and Andrew Cashian. In fourth place from Cass, Drew Cornell, Mac Appleton, John Voker, and Carl J. In third place from Culver, James Gordon, Nicholas Warnhold Steck, Francis Ellert, and Juan Pablo Padilla. In second place from Rochester, Jeffrey Rupert, Mason Brady, Reese Reaney, and Mason Beal.
Way to go, gentlemen. Nice job.
And
Nice
in
job.
first place from Warsaw with a state cut time of 1:37.35, Nick Zogby, Grant Knight, Evan Borchers, and Alex Cook.
Sweet tats there by the by the Cass, kids from Cass.
Honk on their guns. That's different than
boy.
I've ever seen at
Yeah.
any of the meets, and I've been to a lot more than y'all.
All right, so next event, the 200 freestyle.
Boys 200-yard freestyle consolation heat.
In lane 6, we've got Dakota Prater from Tippecanoe Valley in this console.
Lee Moore. Lane 3, Manchester, Luke Donathan. Lane 4 from Cass, Carl J. Lane 5 from Columbia City, Brian Fix. Lane 6 from Tippy, Dakota Prater. Lane 7 from Culver, Henry Curtis. And lane 8 from Cass, Hunter Mundy.
So the Rochester boys were just off their medley relay record.
Okay.
Less than a second, so pretty good time.
Pretty good time.
A record right now is from 2016 when they won state. Or they won
They won
They won
How
sectional.
about
They went
sectional?
to state. Right. They went to state. Anyway, yeah.
That's all right,
So-
Abby. That's all right. They would love it that you said that they won
they
state.
won state.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Now there's a little bit of mentalness in here because of the fact they're swimming a 200, which is 8 lengths of the pool.
Right.
And some people will take it out faster and then can hold on. But some of them just swam easy the night of prelims to make it in. And now they are trying to, because see, neither 4 nor 5 is up front. Well, 4 is starting to pick up, but right now your leader's in lane 3. And that is,
Oh no, that's 4. That's 4.
oh, is it 4?
Yeah.
Okay, my fault. I'm looking.
It looks like
It
the
looks
blocks
different.
here, yeah.
Yeah.
The angle we're at, but
Abby's got to keep me honest. Well, I'm
All
not
good.
standing up looking, number 1.
yeah.
Well, looks like 3, maybe. 4?
4 took it, yep.
4 took it, okay.
From Lewis Cass. And then Dakota Prater from Valley in lane 6 got 8th in that. So
He did.
looks like he's really happy with his time though.
Well, that's the key. You know, you got to be happy with your time at this point in time in their lives and go for their best times. Prater went 2:06.78 if he was in 6.
Okay.
But your
Boys
So
second,
he did add a few seconds, but that's all right.
championship heat.
Less than 24-hour turnaround's pretty tough.
yep.
Jacob Lalonde. Lane 2 from Rochester, Isaac Smith.
That's a Rochester
Lane 3,
boy.
Rochester, Mason Beal.
And a second
Lane
Rochester.
4, Columbia City, Matt Weber. Lane 5 from Warsaw, Evan Borchers. Lane 6 from Culver, Pierce Ellert. Lane 7 from Rochester, Mason Copeland. And lane 8 from Warsaw, Michael Ray.
And
we
lane
go.
7 is our other one.
Yep.
These three have been pushing each other in the 200, 500, and all season.
Absolutely. The Masons and Isaac in this one. So as you said earlier, there's some strategy that goes in the 200. As you see, Copeland doesn't take it out as fast, but he'll always come home
Faster.
pretty quick. Yeah. So
Negative splits.
yeah, sometimes. Same thing in the 500.
Good, good.
So Beal
Yeah, you
looks like
wanna-
he's in third.
You want to
As you
take
seated.
your out your second fastest 50, and your last 50 would ideally be the fastest 50
Right.
of the 200, but
Which is really hard to do.
It is hard to do.
Usually it's the first 50 that's the fastest. but-
exactly.
And the third 50 right here is where they really need to
Pick it up.
pick it up. Probably the toughest 50 because it's kind of in the middle. You don't really have the adrenaline anymore off the block, but
Right.
it's still not your last 50. So
Come on, Mason.
now Beal's even with second, it looks like.
That's close between
Yeah.
3 and 5. Beal's got to really come on strong. Come on, Mason.
I think that's the kid. Never mind. Not. Never mind.
Okay.
I was going to say, I
lost-
think that's the kid in the 500 that he's racing, but it isn't.
Okay.
Or he lost a little bit there, but he's still in third,
Yeah.
which is what he's
Which
seated.
is
So
seated. They're actually coming in just the way they're seated as far as the first 3.
Isaac and the kid in lane 6 have a nice race. Copeland
Yes.
right on their tails.
Yes. Oh, lane 1's coming up.
So Beal's going to finish third.
Yeah. Lane 1's 4th.
Isaac 5th or 6th. Copeland 7th. Pretty good showing from the Rochester boys there. All 3 in the top 8, so, I mean, you can't ask for much better. I mean,
No, and I
As
don't
far
know
as
when we've
qualifying.
had 3 in the final of the finals.
right.
We've had 3 in the consoles and finals, but 3 in the final heat. That's pretty good.
Beal goes 150.97. That's pretty fast. Drops about 3 seconds from his prelims time.
And that's awesome. That's just what you want to be able to do.
Yeah.
And he's only a sophomore, so he'll be
Again,
back
yeah.
for 2 years. And Isaac is a junior,
Right.
and Mason Copeland is a senior. So we only lose one of these 3 gentlemen next year. So that looks great for next year coming in, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just so you know, when we go out, the music that turns on for the final heat is picked by the person who has the best time from prelims, and we are not allowed to share this because of the rights of the artists.
In 8th place, from Warsaw, Michael Ray. 7th place, from Rochester, Mason Copeland.
Yay, Mason.
6th place, from Culver, Pierce Ellert. 5th place, from Rochester, Isaac Smith.
Nice job, Isaac.
4th place, from Warsaw, Jacob Lalonde. 3rd place, from Rochester, Mason Beal.
There's Mason Beal. Nice job,
2nd
Mason.
place, from Warsaw, Evan Borchers. And in 1st place, from Columbia City, Matt Weber.
Well, the next event is that 200 individual medley. You certainly know about that, Abby. You swim that as well quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I know.
Event 3, boys 200-yard IM, consolation heat.
So we got Mason Brady from Rochester in this in lane 3.
Let's go, Mason.
Me and him race all the time in practice. So.
That's good. That's what you have to do, is pace somebody close to your time. And the better you get as a young lady, it's the guys you got to go after, because otherwise you can't. Of course, that helps them too. They don't want to necessarily get beat by a girl all the time, but
we
it's
have fun racing in breaststroke usually.
Yes, yes. And in the 200 IM, breaststroke frequently is the key to this.
Right.
Your great breaststrokers will get it out and get going. Now, they may have a weak stroke, but breaststroke has to be strong.
Drew Cornell. Lane 7, Columbia City, Josh Schauber. And lane 8 from Huntington, Cole Davidson.
Backstroke is probably Mason Brady's weakest, but
yes,
he'll come back after this 50 in the breaststroke.
And as you can see, he's moved out of where he was because he was in 3rd, and now he's dropped to 4th. There's one over there coming up, moving up. He's got to pick it up in that breaststroke.
Go, 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 go.
Good pull out here. For those of you that don't know, you can take one strong pull, one kick, and your head must break the water as you come forward on that pull.
So he's gaining some ground, it looks like.
He is gaining ground over there. He'll need a good
turn here.
turn with
Turns
a good
at the same
pull
time
out.
as the guy in lane 6.
And this is where he's got to pull it up. Which, as you can see if you're watching, he is pulling in front of lane 6. And he's actually picking up some time on 4 and 5, but not quite enough to be in there. He's got to come back with a great freestyle.
And right here, your body's just burning, and you're just giving it all you got.
Trying to finish that strong.
Yeah.
Looks like 5 is going to possibly, unless 4 comes back strong. Oh, he's pulling.
Ooh.
He's getting in there, but
5-1.
5 won it. Come on, Mason, get it in there.
Come on, get to the wall.
All right, good. Mason's 3rd. Which is actually 11th place because this is the consoles.
Right.
Y'all have to remember that.
All right. So he added a little time from last night, but again with that less than 24-hour turnaround, not necessarily the same as
that 2 days.
Past years. So
Board is official.
more about place today probably than time for the boys.
Heat. Gordon. Lane 2 from Culver, Francis Ellert. Lane 3, Plymouth, Alex Vansa. Lane 4 from Warsaw, Grant Knight. Lane 5, Columbia City, Aaron Fix. Lane 6 from Rochester, Jeffrey Rupert.
Let's go, Jeffrey.
Lane
Big shout out to his
from Warsaw,
grandparents, Ron and Janet
Nicholas
Rupert, watching from Florida.
Lane 8 from Warsaw, Andrew Deming.
And we have a couple. I'll wait and say it after the start.
We're off.
We have a couple of grandparents watching from Florida, Ron and Janet Rupert, and Phil and Katie McCarter, who happens to be Abby's grandparents.
Hey,
are
Gramps and
also
Grampy.
watching it.
All right, Jeff. Looks like he's in third right now. Maybe fourth.
No, fourth.
Fourth, okay.
And backstroke tends
Yep.
to be his better stroke, so
Yeah.
hopefully he can pick it up here a little bit. Come on, Jeff, turn it over.
Still went out in 28.8. That's pretty fast.
I wasn't here last night because it wasn't Thursday night to see splits.
Right.
Jeff now has just turned third in front of the lane 3 person.
So he's pulling ahead on the backstroke.
He pulled
like you
ahead
said.
on the backstroke.
He's a pretty good breaststroker too. He doesn't swim it very much, but
I think I saw him swim it once at a dual meet.
Yeah.
When I announced up at Rochester itself. Keep going, Jeffrey.
come on, Jeff. He was, let's see. He was 2:12.32 in the prelims, so I'm sure he's ahead of that pace now.
Well, and not only that, but he had an awesome backstroke.
Yeah.
And the medley relay that told me he was tapered and ready for this.
So as long as he can close here, he's in third right now.
He's 2 full strokes ahead of lane 3, so he's got to bring it home now in order to get that third. But he's looking strong.
Looks like he's pulling ahead more.
Looks
more
like he
actually,
is.
so.
Actually, he's picking up on
Yeah.
number 2. I just think number 2 is a little bit too far ahead for him
Yeah.
to catch. But my guess is he'll keep picking up on him as well. And he did pull out third, so he did move up a spot, and that's what you're looking for in
Yep.
these finals, is moving up and getting your time.
2:06.37.
2:06.37.
That's a good time.
Great time, Jeffrey Rupert.
Really
Great
good.
time. Hope your grandparents enjoyed watching you swim there. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
And our next event coming up after they announce these are the 50 free. Now don't blink because these will go fast.
Yeah.
Board is official.
Well, his time before was 2:15. Am I right there? 2:15 something. He went a 2:11.
2:06.
2:06.
Last night he went 2:12.32.
2:12. That's.
And then today he went 2:06.
Yeah,
so
that's
pretty
6
good.
seconds off.
Yeah.
That's a great drop just in overnight, not getting that extra day's rest like they normally do between prelims and finals.
Yeah, I'll be excited what he can do in the backstroke later.
Right.
I think he's seated second or third. Yeah,
Second.
Second.
Like 2
So-
seconds behind. And,
Right.
you know, if he's had that kind of drop already, if he has that kind of drop, maybe he
Yeah.
can qualify and
Might have a chance.
win it. He might have a chance.
In 8th place from Warsaw, Andrew Deming. 7th place from Culver, James Gordon. 6th place from Warsaw, Nicholas Bizzoni. 5th place from Culver, Francis Ellert. 4th place from Plymouth, Alex Vansa. 3rd place from Rochester, Jeffrey Rupert.
Way to go, Jeffrey.
Second place from Columbia City, Aaron Fix. And in first place with a time of 1:59.73 from Warsaw Community High School, Grant Knight.
Come on, Jeff, smile for those grandparents of yours. Don't sit up there with just a blank face.
Event 4, boys 50-yard freestyle consolation heat.
All right, so in this one we have Will Tone of Rochester in lane 5, seated 10th, so second in the heat.
Lane 1, Logan School, Ladon. Lane 2, Plymouth, Hedditch. Lane 3, Clover, Con. Lane
Come on,
4,
Will.
Looks like he's ahead of the turn.
Come on, Will. Kick it out, bring it up.
Lane 6, Pioneer.
Lane 4 had a pretty good
Come on,
turn.
Will.
Oh, it's close.
Joseph. And lane 8,
Come on, Will.
Stoker.
Oh,
He's going to be
gonna be
second
second
in the
again.
heat. Yep. Oh, no.
23.69, right?
Third.
Oh, third. 23.75.
Mm-hmm.
So that's right out where he went yesterday. Last
Okay.
night he went 23.72, so
Close.
yeah. All right, now we're going to get ready for the championship final of the 50 free.
And we'll turn the volume down
Board
when
is
they
official.
give it.
Championship heat. Chester, Reese Reaney. Lane 2 from Cass, John Boker. Lane 3, Columbia City, Charlie Varga. Lane 4 from Culver, Forrest Bumgardner. Lane 5 from Tippy, Chase Brower. Lane 6 from Manchester, Parker York. Lane 7 from Warsaw, Alex Cook. And lane 8 from Warsaw, Zach Lalonde.
So we got Reese Reaney in lane 1, freshman from Rochester, and then Chase Brower in lane 5, senior. He's going to be Chase Brower is going to be looking to get that state cut time of 21:59, unless he can beat Baumgartner from Culver.
Well, and I don't know if Reese's grandparents, Tim and Donna Reaney, are here or not, but we sat at many swim meets together over the years. My son and their sons, my son, 2 sons and a daughter swam with their 4 sons many years out of Kokomo and at Purdue.
So Chase Brower's just off the state cut time by about 1/4 of a second, or 0.1, wait, can't do
Tough.
math.
Can't do math.
0.18 is how much he missed it by.
Wow, that's tough, and that'll be hard
But-
to make it.
Yeah, but still a great time.
Board is official.
Reese Rainey, 23, what was it,
23-28, and he did hold his place as 7th place. He did get in there.
So adds 800s, which again, not much considering less than 24 hours later, so. Great job by the 50-freers.
Correct.
So now we're gonna do the awards and then
Go to diving.
get ready for some diving, yeah.
And we have one diver. I can't believe there's only like 4 schools represented in the diving this
That's
year.
crazy.
Only 8 divers. Only 8 divers. That means all 8 will place in the finals.
That's cool, though.
Yes, it is. And our own Cameron Gunter is another pole vaulter for me after I had Mason and Jeff. Gunter is another one. And his parents aren't here today, so I hope they're watching. But at any rate, Cameron started in 7th position after the last 3 dives, 6, 7, 8,
place from Warsaw,
pulled up
Zachary
to
Lalonde.
6th.
7th place from Rochester, Reese Rainey.
Out of way, race!
6th place from Manchester, Parker York. 5th place from Columbia City, Charlie Varga. In 4th place from Cass, John Boker. In 3rd place from Warsaw, Alex Cook. In 2nd place from Tippy, Chase Brower. And in 1st place with a time of 21.25, state cut and a school record from Culver Academies, Forrest Bumgardner. Pool will be open for 15 minutes.
They're allowing that 15 minutes for any swimmers to get in and warm up. And I'm not sure whether the divers are going to, divers are going to warm up before they march in. And they will do their dives.
Do you think they'd let us go down there and jump in the pool? I'm roasting.
I just think, Abby, you can't go topless before you're in trouble.
No, I'm just going to go with my clothes.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, I
It's
just
hot in
saw
here.
Cameron do his
I'd like to.
reverse dive tuck. He needs to get that straighter entry and look like he's in charge of it. But he's got a few more that he can try and work and get another 2 or 3 dives in there prior to starting, which is good. He's actually a 2nd-year diver, but he was absolutely a beginning diver last year, did not have either reverses and did not dive here. So it's good to see that what he's learned this year, and not only that, but he has improved much. So much more control, so much firmer and tighter is what I call it. Here's some messages from our sponsors.
Shout out to our sponsors.
Hey everybody, I got exciting news. Country Lanes has a new state-of-the-art scoring system.
Come out, let your kids be mesmerized by the animated backgrounds. Take a safari trip to Jungle Jive or an outer space adventure in Cosmic Crush. Themes like the Kecklers or High Seas will entertain your little ones for hours. Choose extreme sports or click on Ninja Strike for martial arts. This high-spirited atmosphere is way cheaper than Cedar Point. Come out and visit Country Lanes for all your bowling fun.
At First Federal Savings Bank, we can help you remodel your home, consolidate debt, or even provide some spending cash for you with our home equity line of credit.
Our standard home equity line of credit allows borrowers to draw funds for up to 10 years and comes with no closing costs for qualified customers.
Take advantage of this great opportunity. Contact one of our experienced mortgage lenders or apply online at firstfederalbanking.com.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your Nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there. Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester. Simplify your banking with a Simply Free checking account from First Federal Savings Bank.
All it takes is a $50 opening deposit. There's no minimum balance requirement and no service fees.
For a limited time, you'll also receive a free gift just for opening a checking account.
And with Instant Issue, we can give you a debit card when you open your account, giving you immediate access to your funds.
Simply Free checking from First Federal Savings Bank, a simpler way to bank.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Leadership. Dedication.
Decisive.
Trust. Passion.
Confidence.
Positive.
Relentless.
Courage.
Respect.
Accountability.
Determination. Heart. Integrity. Focus. Inspiration. Persistence. Vision. Teamwork.
Support.
We are Rochester. Go!
Zebras.
Over the past few years, RTC TV4 has produced over 1,800 local videos about you, your family, your friends, your neighbors. Now all of these videos are available at the click of a mouse on our website, rtc4.com. Log on today to see all of our great coverage of sporting events, school programs, public meetings, and more. RTC TV4 and rtc4.com. See for yourself.
Slow download, constant buffering, Wi-Fi dead zone? Let RTC help. The customer support team at RTC Communications is here to help you with your internet connectivity.
Hi, I'm Bonnie, one of the support team members here at RTC. For a small fee, RTC offers a Wi-Fi health check where we will evaluate your in-home Wi-Fi network and assist you with common issues. See what RTC can do for you. Give us a call today.
Townhome Furnishings in Rochester is the place to shop for all of your furniture needs. Sofas, recliners, love seats, dining sets, bedroom sets, mattresses, outdoor furniture, and more. All in your hometown. Stop out and see Don, Mary Kay, Linda, or Joe. They want to help you find the exact pieces to fit your needs. Shop online at townhomefurnishings.com.
Hometown service, down home style, Town Home Furnishings.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
I am for the child. I'm for the child that has been abused or neglected. I'm for the child that has been moved from foster home to foster home. I'm for the child born addicted to drugs. You can't control where abused and neglected children come from, but you can help with where they end up. Lift up a child's voice, a child's life. Volunteer to be an advocate for a child in need of a voice. Call CASA of Fulton County to learn more.
At First Federal Savings Bank, we know that buying your first home can be an overwhelming process.
The mortgage experts at First Federal Savings Bank will work with you from application to closing.
At First Federal Savings Bank, we pay standard closing costs for our first-time home buyers.
We offer free pre-approvals and local loan servicing throughout the life of your loan.
Stop in and talk with one of our mortgage lenders and take the worry out of buying your first home.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Hey everybody, I got exciting news. Country Lanes has a new state-of-the-art scoring system. Come out, let your kids be mesmerized by the animated backgrounds. Take a safari trip to Jungle Jive or an outer space adventure in Cosmic Crush. Themes like the Kecklers or High Seas will entertain your little ones for hours. Choose extreme sports or click on Ninja Strike for martial arts. This high-spirited atmosphere is way cheaper than Cedar Point. Come out and visit Country Lanes for all your bowling fun.
At First Federal Savings Bank, we can help you remodel your home, consolidate debt, or even provide some spending cash for you with our home equity line of credit.
Our standard home equity line of credit allows borrowers to draw funds for up to 10 years and comes with no closing costs for qualified customers.
Take advantage of this great opportunity. Contact one of our experienced mortgage lenders or apply online at firstfederalbanking.com.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there? Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester. Simplify your banking with a Simply Free checking account from First Federal Savings Bank.
All it takes is a $50 opening deposit. There's no minimum balance requirement and no service fees.
For a limited time, you'll also receive a free gift just for opening a checking account.
And with instant issue, we can give you a debit card when you open your account, giving you immediate access to your funds.
Simply Free checking from First Federal Savings Bank, a simpler way to bank.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Leadership.
Dedication. Decisive.
Trust. Passion.
Confidence.
Positive.
Relentless.
Courage.
Respect.
Accountability.
Determination.
Heart.
Integrity.
Focus.
Inspiration.
Persistence. Vision. Teamwork.
Support.
We are Rochester.
Go!
Zebras.
Over the past few years, RTC TV4 has produced over 1,800 local videos about you, your family, your friends, your neighbors. Now all of these videos are available at the click of a mouse on our website, rtc4.com. Log on today to see all of our great coverage of sporting events, school programs, public meetings, and more. RTC TV4 and rtc4.com. See for yourself.
Slow download, constant buffering, Wi-Fi dead zone? Let RTC help. The customer support team at RTC Communications is here to help you with your internet connectivity.
Hi, I'm Bonnie, one of the support team members here at RTC. For a small fee, RTC offers a Wi-Fi health check where we will evaluate your in-home Wi-Fi network and assist you with common issues. See what RTC can do for you. Give us a call today.
Townhome Furnishings in Rochester is the place to shop for all of your furniture needs. Sofas, recliners, love seats, dining sets, bedroom sets, mattresses.
from Cass, Roland Trusty. Our 6th diver from Rochester, Cameron Gunter.
Cameron!
Our 7th diver from Columbia City, Telly Varga. And our 8th diver from Tippy Valley, Travis Scholl. Just a reminder to all our spectators and swimmers that during diving, please stay as quiet as possible. Thank you.
Yes, and that's for the safety of the divers once they are on it.
Justin, 5124D, forward, 1 somersault, 2 twists free, 2.3.
Well, Carmen, Scott Sager here with you. I'll tell you what, you know more about diving than anybody standing up here by the broadcast booth. So talk to us a little bit about what's going on here.
This young gentleman just did 2 twists after his front somersault, or actually he starts the front somersault and then gets in the twist. It's a great degree of difficulty, 2.4, and he did make it around, and so there shouldn't be a whole lot of deductions. They put 7 judges' scores up there.
302C, reverse, 1 somersault tuck, 1.6.
But the top 2, this .55, and the bottom 2, 4 and a 4.45, are dropped. So only 3 are added together, just like in a dual meet, and multiplied by the degree of difficulty.
Gotcha.
So the higher degree of difficulty will help get a higher score.
Gotcha. So it's like lopping off the score from the East German judge, right? You just take the high and the low and you take them out.
Yes. Actually, 2 high, 2 low.
Oh, okay.
2 high, 2 low. 3 are left.
Zach, 5221D, back, 1 somersault, half twist free, 1.7.
I want to give a quick shout out to Gracie from Plymouth. She's one of the Plymouth swimmers here rooting off on her team today, and she is helping with our scoreboard camera, making sure that if it gets bumped, she's squaring it up for us. I want to give a big shout out to her. It's a lot of help when I've got 200 people in between me and her.
Great job, Gracie. It's hard to do. That didn't have the full half twist, so he's not going to score as high as he would have liked.
Now, that's not considered a technical default.
It is not a failed dive.
Okay.
It is failed dive if they are 90 degrees beyond or 90 degrees short.
Interesting.
And they do that as the toes. They judge it by the shoulders, where the shoulders are when the toes hit on a foot first.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, we're seeing diving making a comeback for sure. We're seeing more schools just start, and what I mean by that at some of the younger levels. I think over the next 4 years, you're going to see the numbers start to increase again.
I hope so.
But it's it seems to be a dying
this is
sport.
really down this year.
Yeah,
8
yeah.
divers is just unbelievable. You know, I can remember when I was coaching 5-6 years ago, it was nothing to have 18, 19 divers here.
Wow.
And so this is really low. And they also had a lot higher degree of difficulties on a lot of these dives. These definitely are more begin.
Well, let's hope it's a cycle that's on the upswing, right?
I would like to see that.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave you to Carmen. Thanks for all you're doing today.
Thank you. I think as more and more divers get involved and start going to some of these different programs and dive year-round, or if they were gymnasts, you're going to see better and better diving. The problem is there's such a strong contingency down around the Indianapolis area and U.S. diving. There's some in the Kokomo area, including Oak Hill and Mechaniqua. Coaches have year-round diving programs now.
301C, reverse dive tuck, 1.6.
This is one of Cameron's newer dives this year. He had the reverse somersault before he got this reverse dive. Not bad dive for Cameron. Could have been a little straighter going in, but that was a good dive for Cameron. He'll end up with 2 4.5s and a 4 to be multiplied by that 1.6 to get the 20.8.
5311A, reverse dive, half twist, straight.
In this round, all divers do one voluntary, which means each of the 5 groups consists of a voluntary. Does not have to be the first dive of that group. For example, a better diver may choose, that was awfully close. They may choose, say if they're they do 11 dives. First 5, they do 2 voluntaries and 3 optionals. The next group is 2 voluntaries, 1 optional. This group is
Travis,
1 voluntary and 2 optionals.
5122D, forward, 1 somersault, 1 twist, free, 1.9.
If you're a really good diver, your voluntaries can add up to, degree of difficulty wise, no more than 9.0. And sometimes people do that in order to bulk their scores. For example, they could throw a front 1.5, a front double, and a front 2.5 from the forward group, which is the 100 group. 200 groups are the backs. That was a front somersault with a full twist. And he came out of it and stood it up pretty nice. He should get 5.5, 6s. Oh, he got a little higher. He got a 5 and a 5.5. But he did get 3 6s. That's exactly what he ended up with. And it was multiplied by the 1.9 degree of difficulty. They continue to add the scores.
10. Justin, 5321D, reverse, 1 somersault, half twist, free, 1.8.
This particular meet, we've seen a lot of reverse twists. And so a lot of them, boys, it seems like, have begun to throw more reverse somersault, half twist, or full twist. Rochester's diving coach was talking to me at lunch and said something, and I said, next year Cameron should be able to throw that dive. That was a nice dive. He had a great entry, went in straight. The unusual thing is this time they do not have divers from all the schools here. I think there's only 4. I think it's Columbia City, Tip Valley, Rochester, Culver. Is that correct? Columbia City, Tip Valley, Culver, and Rochester are the only ones that have.
Plymouth has one.
Oh, and one Plymouth. So 5 of the schools is all that is represented here, which is really unusual. It'll be interesting to see how the first 3 on this side score compared to the 4 over there. And the reason I'm saying that is he did not let go of that left leg. And that's what this side saw. Judge 2 caught it. 3-5. Because it should be no higher than 4.5. So 2 to 4.5 was the correct score for that on this side. The other side may have seen some of it, but didn't know. He got the rotations in, and he got his right foot out, and it was straight. That was a beautiful reverse dive tuck. I don't know if you noticed that he was above the board in the tuck, rode and came out of it above the board and dropped it in straight. Had a great entry. Yeah, somebody gave him a 7.5. That's an awesome score. 7.5, 7, 6.5 are right in range. My feeling is the others may be a little low, but that's beside the point.
Joe,
it's a simple dive, but it's a great one.
5121D, forward, 1 somersault, half twist, free, 1.7.
It's a great lead up for your reverse and half tucks because the come out is the same. That's why you teach that tuck dive, is for that building up of a harder degree of difficulty dive. He was supposed to come back and face the board on that. We'll see what they do. Well, they did score it. And you have to understand where you are in the pool area totally determines how you see that entry.
Back 1 somersault.
It's
tuck,
totally different on deck
1.5.
as well as from the one nearest the board to the one all the way out. That's why you have 7 judges. They will determine whether the head hit first or the knees, because in that dive, those feet are supposed to hit first. If the head and the knees, if they is determined, then it will be a failed dive. If not, they can score it, but you won't see much above a 2. But from here, they are discussing it for sure. Well, they did give him a score. So they must have determined the feet hit first. It is legal to throw a 0 if you feel it was failed. You score anywhere from 0 to 10, 10 being the top.
5121D, forward, 1 somersault, half twist free, 1.7.
Nice camp. I'd like to see the shoulders a little more squared, but that was a nice front somersault with a half twist. Great position in the pike position to start with, which it's free position. His entries are so much better. Nice score for him on that dive.
Telly, 5111A, forward dive, half twist straight, 1.8.
This dive is an easy dive once you learn it, to keep it or to absolutely lose it. I have coached so many divers with a front dive half twist that it's like when they lose it, and then it takes forever for them to come back and get it. He did do the half twist. He got that in. He got some nice medium scores on there.
Travis, 5132D, forward, 1.5 somersault, 1 twist free, 2.2.
If you're wanting to know like what the 25.20 is, that is the score for that round. 229.35 is the score, total score. They end up still giving places based on those scores, but they do not count those scores and add them into the team scores. They still do the scoring the same as every other event. The coach from Rochester right now, Lisa Andrews, used to be Lisa Donahue, dived for
Final
Kokomo.
round.
And,
Justin, 201A, back dive straight, 1.7.
I was fortunate enough to coach her at Kokomo Y for a while, and then out, I think out at Eastern. It might have been at Hayworth. I don't remember where I went directly to run the program after the Y. I know I started at the Y, then ran some for a couple of years at Hayworth before I took it out to Eastern, where I coached officially. Now, if you end up taking all the final scores, you could literally yourself figure out who ends up 1 through 8.
Theo, 101A, forward dive straight, 1.4.
I know Justin was in first. 1.4. This young gentleman was in 5th before this round. I'm not sure where they are now.
Zach, 102B, forward, 1 somersault pike, 1.5.
Nice pike position. Best pike is if they can do it with their whole chest laying against their legs. Very, very unusual for young men to do that. Much more frequent for young women. They're a little more flexible. But he didn't break his knees, and he came out and stood it up. That was a nice dive. Don't know if Judge 2 saw a break in the knees or not, but from up here I did not see it.
1.4.
Nice dive. Very simple, very clean. Took it up, came up over the board, came out above the board, held it tight and firm all the way for the entry. It was a great dive. Very good. He got rewarded successfully on that. He keeps 2 of those 6s and a 5.5.
Roland, 103C, forward, 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6. Cameron, 5211A, back dive, half twist straight, 1.8.
Did you beat this one? Did you beat that one?
Oh no.
That was the other kid's. His is 227. He won't get it. He was pretty iffy on that half twist. Yeah. 251 is what he ends up with.
Telly, 103C, forward, 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6.
Shucks. Telly moved ahead of Cameron from Rochester with 0.75.
301C, reverse dive tuck, 1.6.
Well, he wasn't as close as you thought, but he missed both legs to start with and gave us a little scare on it, but he wasn't as close to the board as you thought. Well, but you're also here at this angle instead of down there. I think he did qualify for the regionals. He will be one of the top 3.
That concludes diving.
They will give out the diving awards here before they start the next event.
Competition pool is open for 10 minutes.
Okay, so now the pool is open for a 10-minute warm-up, and then they will do the 100 butterfly.
Yep. Okay.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
I am for the child. I'm for the child that has been abused or neglected. I'm for the child that has been moved from foster home to foster home. I'm for the child born addicted to drugs. You can't control where abused and neglected children come from, but you can help with where they end up. Lift up a child's voice, a child's life. Volunteer to be an advocate for a child in need of a voice. Call CASA of Fulton County to learn more.
At First Federal Savings Bank, we know that buying your first home can be an overwhelming process.
The mortgage experts at First Federal Savings Bank will work with you from application to closing.
At First Federal Savings Bank, we pay standard closing costs for our first-time home buyers.
We offer free pre-approvals and local loan servicing throughout the life of your loan.
Stop in and talk with one of our mortgage lenders and take the worry out of buying your first home.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Hey everybody, I got exciting news. Country Lanes has a new state-of-the-art scoring system.
Come out, let your kids be mesmerized by the animated backgrounds. Take a safari trip to Jungle Jive or an outer space adventure in Cosmic Crush. Themes like the Kecklers or High Seas will entertain your little ones for hours. Choose extreme sports or click on Ninja Strike for martial arts. This high-spirited atmosphere is way cheaper than Cedar Point. Come out and visit Country Lanes for all your bowling fun.
At First Federal Savings Bank, we can help you remodel your home, consolidate debt, or even provide some spending cash for you with our home equity line of credit.
Our standard home equity line of credit allows borrowers to draw funds for up to 10 years and comes with no closing costs for qualified customers.
Take advantage of this great opportunity. Contact one of our experienced mortgage lenders or apply online at firstfederalbanking.com.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there? Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Right. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester.
From Columbia City, Joey Moore. 7th place from Rochester, Cameron Gunter.
Woo!
Yeah, Cameron.
That away, Cameron.
6th place from Columbia City, Telly Varga.
That away, Telly.
In 5th place from Cass, Roland Trusty.
All right.
4th place from Culver, Theodore Mitz.
These next three will go on.
3rd place from Tippy, Zach Hodge. 2nd place from Tippy, Travis Scholl.
Way to go, Travis.
And in 1st place from Plymouth, Justin Mosier.
Nice job, Justin. And those listening at home need to know a little bit. I just learned about Travis Scholl. He's had a few years of different problems where he couldn't dive, and he has come back, persevered, and now he's going to regionals. What a great success story with Travis Scholl. I understand even this year he was out for part of the season due to an injury with his back. So that's awesome. Congratulations to both the Tip Valley divers as they are going on to regionals, which is Tuesday night. And we have a couple more shout outs. Mason, is it Beals?
Mm-hmm.
Mason Beals' grandparents, Dave and Christy, and I apologize if I mispronounce this, Engbret. And they are in Florida. Of course, we'll shout out to Ron and Janet Rupert, who are watching from Florida, Phil and Katie McCarter. Grandparents to Abby next to me here watching from Florida, trying to see their granddaughter announce, number one, and number two, before her birthday. She turns the big 18 years old.
6, boys 100-yard butterfly consolation heat.
And the next ones are Max and Janie Borden. They are probably as well watching their grandson, Reese Reaney.
No Rochester swimmers in this, but lane 6, Camden Tucker from Valley.
Francisco Septian. Lane 2, Logansport, William Murray. Lane 3, Plymouth, Corey Kopetsky.
And that Tip Valley swimmer is out strong.
Yeah, he is.
Lane 5 from Culver, Henry Curtis.
Right now he's in second, which would be 10th place.
Tucker. Lane 7, Columbia City, Caden Ferguson. And lane 8 from Wabash, Ryan Davis.
Looks like he's still holding on for second.
He's right up in there. He's got to come back strong. They have to touch two hands. They have to do a dolphin kick anymore, which is the up and down motion. Normally you see 2 kicks to an arm pull. And notice the leader is breathing just right under his body, not lifting his head. And that helps him. Oh, where'd he end up? He ended up fifth. Takes a lot of energy out of you to do that 100 fly.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of people think that's the hardest stroke, but it is not. Abby can tell you that. That breaststroke is the hardest because
I don't know.
It is because it is the only stroke that pulls then kicks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that's right.
And all the other strokes go at the same time. The kick and the pull are the same time. They make
from Warsaw, Nathaniel Taylor. Lane 2 from Tippy, Daniel Alexander. Lane 3, Warsaw, Ian Deming. Lane 4, Columbia City, Ryan DeVito. Lane 5, Warsaw, Evan Borchers. Lane 6, Northfield, Grant Dale. Lane 7 from Culver, Hokai Pond. Lane 8 from Huntington, Nathan York.
Notice on the start, they do 2, 3, 4 dolphin kicks underwater before they come up and start those arms. Even on the turn, if you can hold your breath, that's the way to get out there. Two-hand touch, both on the turns and the finish. Warsaw's swimming strong in this one.
Yeah, seeded third going into it, but
second and third.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Right.
Well, I think, well.
Looks like the third seed's going to take it, but.
Yep. They ended up 1 and 3, the two Warsaw swimmers. Nice taper job with those two.
And Daniel Alexander from Valley ends up, what lane was he in?
Sixth, wasn't he in lane 2?
He was in lane 2, yep, ends up 6th.
Almost broke that minute.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the kid in lane 7 went 59.99.
Oh, wow.
Barely broke a minute.
Well, that's always a positive when you can break a minute with any of the other three, you know.
Right.
Other than freestyle. Freestyle is your most common one.
There's half-price pizza out in the hallway.
Ooh.
Is your tummy getting hungry again?
Pizza. Nah, that big pulled pork sandwich filled me up.
Ah.
All right, so next up after these awards, we'll have the 100 free consoles, and Reese Rainey is seated 9th, so first in this heat in lane 4.
Which is unfortunate because he missed those top 8. But
right.
He's a freshman. He has a great swimming career ahead of him, and both his mom and dad were swimmers. His dad, Kevin, is the assistant coach for Rochester.
From Huntington North, Nathan York.
Swam at Kokomo
7th place
and
from
then
Warsaw,
Purdue.
Nathaniel
His
Taylor.
mom, Abby, swam at
6th
Mechaniqua.
place from Tippy,
And then
Daniel
I'm not sure where she, and she also went to Purdue.
5th place from Culver, Hokai Pond. And 4th place from Northfield, Grant Dale. In 3rd place from Warsaw, Evan Borchers. 2nd place from Columbia City, Ryan DeVito. And in 1st place from Warsaw with a time of 53.32, Ian Deming.
All right, so in this 100 free now, we have Reese Rainey, like I said, and also Will Tone from Rochester in lane 1, a junior. He had a, I think that's a big time drop for him, 56.26 in the prelims. That was
That's
pretty
great.
Good time, yeah.
That's great. You always want to see that time drop
Uh-huh.
at sectional time. And with the rail, on the rail with the big R is Kevin Rainey cheering on both Will and particularly his son Reese, telling him to turn it over. I saw that little motion with his hands.
Event 7, boys 100-yard freestyle consolation.
Be really nice for Reese to win this console heat since
Yes, it would.
he is seated first in the heat. And I mean,
Lane 1 from Rochester,
as best as he can do,
William
today.
Thon.
Right,
Lane
right.
2, Cass, Carl J. Lane 3, Warsaw, Michael Ray. Lane 4, Rochester, Reese Rini. Lane 5, Pioneer, Jason Mersch.
Come on, Reese.
Lane 6,
Turn it
Culver,
over.
Mark Yanez. Lane
He's
7,
looking over there at
Huntington,
lane 6
Keegan
on the way
Mouse.
down,
Lane
and
8
lane
from Pioneer,
3
Corey
on the way
Gottschall.
back. He's still in first. Kick it out there. Come on, Reese. Turn it on. Turn it on. That away. Finish strong. Awesome.
There we go. So Reese will win the console heat, coming in 9th.
Come on, Will.
Come on, Will.
Will moved.
All right.
Will was in lane 1, correct? He moved
So
to
he's
6th.
6th.
So he
So
moved
moves
up.
Yep. Moves up a spot.
Great minds running the same channel. We
And
could say
Reese-
in the same lane.
Reese improves his time too from last night. 52.16 versus 52.42.
Oh, that's great. That's
and then
great.
Will's 56.66,
Board
right off what he went
official.
last night. So, and moves up a spot.
Championship
So
heat.
nice showing by the.
Lane 1 for Warsaw, Alex Cook. Lane 2, Columbia City, Charlie Varga. Lane 3 from Tippy, Chase Brower. Lane 4 from Baumgardner. Lane 5, Columbia City, Matt Weber. Lane 6 from Cass, John Boucher. Lane 7 from Manchester, Parker York. And lane 8 from Warsaw, Jacob Lalonde.
All right, so Chase Brower in this from Valley in lane 3, and then the top 2 seeds in this, Matt Weber and Forrest Baumgardner. Forrest went the state cut last night.
Oh, wow.
But, of course, didn't qualify for state.
Right.
You can only do that in the finals. So I'm sure Weber will try to give everything he has to beat him or get that state cut as well.
Right.
Same goes for
And they're all
Brower.
going out pretty close together,
Yeah.
lane 4 and 5 for sure. Thought it was interesting to see Kevin Reaney over there when his son Reese was swimming and swam. He now understands what a coach/parent has to go through.
Yeah.
I did that many a year.
Close race for first.
Oh, very close. Looks like 4 is
Yeah, it looks like
coming in.
Baumgardner.
Come
Let's
on,
see if,
get
if
to
Weber can
Valley.
get that.
What's the state cut in that?
47, let's see, 47.42.
Well, they haven't put either first or second up yet. Oh!
So Forrest got it and won, but Matt Weber won't advance. He
Yeah.
just missed it.
Yeah, unless he gets in to field
Right, he could
field
be
the 32.
called up.
But there are 20, I believe 20 sectionals
I think,
now still. And first place automatically goes, then they fill it with the state cuts, and then they will fill it with the next fastest swimmers. But
Board is official.
that is a little bit off. That most likely will not qualify.
The official at the northwest end of the pool.
Okay, that's me. I'm out.
All right.
I'm counting for Isaac, so cheer him
right.
on from up here.
We will.
The
we
three
will.
boys in the
We
5.
have 3 in the final the 500 free.
Yeah, seated 2, 3, 4.
Seated
So
2, 3, 4. That's awesome.
I'm going to go do what I can.
Abby's down there counting because she's counted all season for one of them, and we hope that they do well. This event is one of the ones that we have a chance to possibly get a win in and qualify somebody to go to state. So we'll wish them all well. They are all in the final heat, not in the consolations, so we will have to wait for a few minutes while the consolation goes. And
in 8th place from Warsaw for the 100-yard freestyle, Jacob Lalonde. 7th place from Manchester, Parker York. 6th place from Warsaw, Alex Cook. 5th place from Columbia City, Charlie Varga. 4th place from Tippy Valley, Chase Brower.
Way to go, Chase.
3rd place from Cass, John Boucher. 2nd place from Columbia City, Matt Weber. And in 1st place with a state cut time of 47.34 from Culver Academies, Forrest Bumgardner.
Nice job getting that state cut. This next heat that we have, Dakota Prater from Tip Valley is seated 9th and will be in lane 4. So he is the one that is in the area that we are really watching. This is 20 lengths of the pool.
Event 8, boys 500-yard freestyle consolation heat.
Go, Jack.
In lane 1 from Plymouth, Cameron Riddle. Lane 2 from Cass, Hunter Mundy. Lane 3 from Warsaw, Jackson Moeller. Lane 4 from Tippy, Dakota Prater. Lane 5, Columbia City, Brian Fix. Lane 6 from Warsaw, Jacob Kisling. Lane 7 from Cass, Cole Jolly. And lane 8 from Columbia City, Josh Shawver.
And this again is a strategy race. I had a son that swam 500 and then in college also swam the mile. But at any rate, and I have a granddaughter that swam it in high school up in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. So you notice that a lot of them will take 50 splits and some people will just take 100 splits depending on what they are to see how they go. And the idea again is to swim your second fastest leading out if possible. Usually it's your first. And then hold the middle 300s really close together and then bring it home in a sprint the last 100. And when you can do that, a lot of times they die on the second half. Now, these are all pretty much swimmers who definitely have been swimming this season, and my guess is many of them year-round swimmers that tend to know how to take it out. They may not panic at somebody being slightly ahead of them at this point in time in the race. Prater right now from Tip Valley is in 5th place. Well, no, let's see, 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one out in front in lane 7. And my guess is most of them are not seeing lane 7. Lane 7 seems to be fighting the water a little bit. not quite as smooth. The others may catch up to him. Now it's interesting, I think lane 7 is using a 2-beat instead of a 6-beat. A lot of times 500 swimmers don't use the typical 6-beat kick. There's quite a few of them using 2 beats. It gets them a little more rest. And they will sprint and use that 6-beat coming back on that last 50 of the 500. Notice that lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5 are pretty close together, and they're all moving up on lane 7. This is again 20 yards of the pool back and forth, or 10 laps, some people call it, because of the 1050s. Now you see lane 5 has caught lane 7, and moving up quickly is 3 and 4. Two's holding his own in there. Here comes lane 4, moving up on lane 7 and lane 3, catching up with lane 7. That horn you just heard is the idea that there is 50 yards to go, 2 lengths of the pool. Tip Valley's got to really turn it on if he hopes to come up in here for state. He's in second now. Lane 5 appears that he's going to win it. And he did. Lane 4 from Tip Valley was second. Third was lane 3. Notice 4th was over there in lane 7. He really moved up from 6th to 4th. And they're looking for times at this point in time, as well as places.
Board is official. Championship heat. Pierce Ellert. Lane 2, Logan Sport, Nick Ladon. Lane 3, Rochester, Isaac Smith.
Isaac's in 3.
Lane 4, Columbia City, Ryan DeVito. Lane 5, Rochester, Mason Beal.
Mason Beal. is in 5.
Lane 6, Rochester, Mason Copeland.
Mason Copeland from Rochester is in 6.
7, Warsaw, Nick Zogby. Lane 8, Culver, Francis Ellert.
Let's go, Zays. This is awesome. These are the same 3 that swam the 200 free, and now they're swimming the 500 free. This seems to be a real strength with Rochester gentlemen this year. Down there counting for Isaac Smith is Abby McCarter, who's been helping me up here, which has been awesome. So Rochester, again, just as a reminder, is in 3, 5, 6. Lanes 3, 5, and 6. 2 Masons and an Isaac. Lane 7 tends to be taking it out pretty quick too, although 3, 4, and 5 are right in there ahead of him, or 3 is real close with him. He may not be realizing. Mason's got to stay right there. He's swimming next to the lane line. He can get a little bit of draft off the leader, which may help him at the end, which would be absolutely great if he could win that so he could go to state. Again, a big shout out to all those parents, grandparents, community supporters who support Rochester RTC, as well as those that support Rochester Zebra Swimming and all the sports of Rochester. As a coach and past coach, I can't thank RTC enough for their support of Rochester sports. And a small town, we need to appreciate all we can get like that. That's just awesome. Thanks again to RTC. Come on, Mason. Mason Beals hanging right in there. And remember, one goes to state, and the other, unless he gets a state cut, will not go to state, which is next Saturday at IUPUI Indianapolis Natatorium. But boy, 4 and 5 are right together. And lane 3 is either 3rd or 4th. It looks 4th right now from up here. But lane 3 is Isaac, so that Mason Beal is making a move. He's coming up and making that turn and has now moved into first place. He had a 30.61 that 50, and the lane 4 had a 31.21. Mason Beal is now pulling it out strong, and he's got another 125 to go, so hopefully he can hang on that. Come on, Mason. Mason Beal from Rochester, Indiana, just pulled ahead and is staying strong in there. And next 50, when he comes back, he will get that horn that they give out to the leader with 2 laps plus 15 yards to go. He's swimming strong, looks really strong. Come on, Mason. He has not let up at all. And he is going after it. He knows this is his chance to qualify for state. He has just gotten the horn. He has a 50 to go and kicks strong off that. There he comes. Come on, Mason. All of Rochester is over here standing up, cheering him on. Good to see all the support of the Rochester swimmers. Parents up in there. Come on, Mason. Strong, strong, strong. And Rochester's own Mason Beal qualifies for state meet next Saturday. Way to go, Mason. And Isaac comes in, well, let's see, third, fourth? Looks like third. And Mason Copeland's in fifth. Awesome job, you three. Awesome job. Way to go, Mason. Mason, and Isaac. Nice swims. Mason and Mason are giving each other a hug. Isaac is behind him a little bit, but there was a line over, so he's now going to go over and give Mason that big congratulations. I know that's what he's going to do here in just a minute. We'll watch them up on the podium here to get their awards. One of the referees is over there talking to Kevin Reaney. Correct. And Mason Beal is a sophomore. That looks great for swimming the next 2 years in that 200 and the 500. Isaac is a junior, and Mason Copeland is a senior. He graduates, but to place 3 in the finals, I can't say when from Rochester they've had 3 in the finals like that. That was just an awesome swim, gentlemen. And Mason Beal broke 5 minutes.
In 8th place from Culver, Francis Ellert. In 7th place from Culver, Pierce Ellert. In 6th place from Logansport, Nick Ladon. 5th place from Rochester, Mason Copeland.
Nice job, Mason. Way to go, bud.
4th place from Warsaw, Nicholas Zogby. 3rd place from Rochester, Isaac Smith.
Isaac Smith, nice job. Nice job. Nice smile there, too.
City, Ryan DeVito.
And here's your winner from Rochester, Mason Beal.
With a time of 4:55.96 from Rochester, Mason Beal.
And I think that's the first time Mason's broken 5 minutes. That's a great mark to break. That's awesome. Next we have the gentleman's 200-yard free relay. Every swimmer will swim 50 yards and go from there. And Rochester is not in the first heat, which gives some of these a little bit of a rest. But you have Huntington in 2, Plymouth in 3. Nope, I'm wrong. Huntington's 3, Plymouth.
Lane 2 from Huntington, Reed Dillion, Blade Mard, Jamal Whirling, and Cole Davidson. Lane 4 from Plymouth, Mitch Rose, Gavin Hartle, Andrew Cashian, Daniel Stouffer. Lane 5 from Manchester, Luke Donathan, Eric Morales, Michael Learn, and Parker York. And lane 6 from Tippy, Tucker Scholl, Matthew Hodge, Wes Johnston, and Jacob McCall. McDonald.
So lane 6 over there is from Tip Valley. They do not have anybody in 3. My guess is whoever it was decided to drop out. They do not reseed them, and they just go from there. And just so you know, on these starts, they may be moving on the start, but literally their toes must not leave before the hand of the swimmer before it touches. Unlike the start where you must be still. That is why sometimes you will see a swimmer in one of the relays go way faster than what their seed time is for that event. You got them through, Abby. Nice job. Boy, that was a relief, I'm sure. But and Mason Beal winning, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Mason Beal did a great job. So did Isaac.
We had to wait for Abby's mic to be turned back on. She was looking at me and saying,
I hope
she's out of breath a little bit, just getting up here and cheering and doing whatever.
That was a good race.
That was a good race. That was fun.
Beal only a sophomore going to state. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
Breaking 5. Only the second Rochester swimmer in history to get to break 5.
Break 5.
See the first Rochester to
Yes. Yes. Mason's first Rochester to qualify for state today.
Right. Yep. So Mason Beal going to state next weekend. Friday, he'll swim Friday night in the 500.
And then he has to be in the top 16 out of the 32 to swim again on Saturday.
Right.
But the experience will be phenomenal going in as a sophomore,
Definitely.
so he knows. You just can't imagine folks going from a sectional to a state and qualifying. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it is.
Board is official. Championship heat. Lane 2 from Cass, Carl J., Bryce Hagan, Drew Cornell, and John Boucher. Lane 3 from Rochester, Jeffrey Rupert, William Thon, Mason Beal, and Reese Reaney. Lane 4 from Columbia City, Charlie Varga, Aaron Fix, Ryan DeVito, and Matt Weber. Lane 5 from Warsaw, Alex Cook, Ian Deming, Zach Lalonde, and Grant Knight. Lane 6 from Culver, Hokai Pond, Pierce Ellert, Mark Yanez, and Forrest Bumgardner. Lane 7 from Wabash, Trace Goodwin, Jonah France, Robert King, and Jacob Bruss. And lane 8 from Logansport, Alex Ladon, Oscar Grimaldo, William Murray, and Nick Ladon.
Go Rochester!
Let's go Z's. Notice they have Jeffrey Rupert swimming first. He's given a little more rest because he swims that 100 back.
Right.
And he's seated second, so.
And then same thing with Mason Beal was in the 500, so he's going last.
Last.
And then we got Will Tone and Reese Rini in the middle. See if they can hang with the Columbia City and Warsaw boys.
Right.
Seated ahead of them. Should be a good race, I think.
I think they have to watch more for the Warsaw boys.
Right.
Usually they have great tapers.
Yeah. So Jeff should take it out with him.
Come on, Jeffrey.
Warsaw looks to have a little bit of a lead going into the first turn.
And Jeff's right up in there between.
Oh, Jeff had a good turn, though.
Yep. Come on, Jeffrey, pull it up.
Come on, Jeff.
Give us a shot.
Okay, so we're in there, but Warsaw's got about a body length.
Still.
Yeah.
And
Jeff went 23:29. Come on, Will.
Well, Warsaw's way out in front right now.
So Mason Beal's going third. He's about ready to dive in, and then Reese Rini will go last.
Okay.
Looks like. So if Beal can catch up to Columbia City at least, maybe.
But Rochester has become more and more competitive thanks to the Rochester Royals.
Right.
Feeding in.
Definitely.
And coming up, and the young ladies and gentlemen going out for the high school swimming. And that has really helped Rochester's program to improve. Used to be no contest because Warsaw would dominate, or Culver Academy.
Right.
And that is really, Warsaw won it.
Take it.
Oh, come on, get in there. We're fourth.
We got fourth. Reese went 22-1 though on that.
22-1.
That's a really good split.
A great split.
So.
Great split.
Yeah, really good split for Reese. Even though he couldn't get in there for third, but I think that's a school record.
It must be, because they're all down there hopping, shaking each other.
Yep. That's awesome. Awesome job for the
Great job
Rochester.
for the Zebras.
Even though they got fourth, school record.
You betcha.
Reese closed at 22-1. That's awesome.
As a freshman.
As a freshman, yeah. Still got 3 more years.
His uncle Steve was also a 50-yard freestyler.
I think his whole family.
Well, all 4 of the boys swam.
Right, I think
they all
swam.
swam.
Though, I mean.
And I went to many meets with the Reenies.
Yeah, I feel like his whole family goes like D1.
Yeah,
just me.
they did. They did.
They're crazy.
And one of the brothers coached for a while. I'm not sure if Andy's still coaching. And the second brother, Jeff, is married to Purdue's head girls coach. And Darlene, she was Warda. And then Kevin's the third one, and their youngest is Steve. And so it's been interesting. Both Steve and Kevin and Jeff. Actually, Andy did too. All 4 married swimmers as well.
That's funny. Yeah. They're a swimming family, I guess.
Yes, they are. But you know what? That's not all they did. They were great baseball players. And so they did both baseball.
Athletic bunch.
Oh, very athletic. Very athletic. Great job. Well, next we go into that 100 backstroke after they give the awards here.
Yeah, Jeff's got to get in the warm down pool quick.
Jeff's got to get warmed down, cooled off, ready to go. He's got at least 1 heat. But you're only talking, the longer they can wait to give out those awards, that gives Jeff that much more time to warm down. Although I see him over there, I think, to get his... I'm trying to look
at his ribbon real quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm looking to see if he's still standing there.
I think that's
I think that is as well.
In 6th place from Pioneer, Owen Dylan Bice, Miles Von Tobel, Corey Gottschall, and Jason Mersch.
Which is nice to know that he knows he can warm down and cool down, I should say, whatever you want to call it.
I should mention
here comes Kevin, father of Reese, over there to.
For 3 out of the 4 boys on that relay team, Reese, Mason Beal, and Will Tone, that was their first school record. Jeff has the medley, but and maybe the 400, but yeah, for 3 out of the 4, that was their first one. So
and cool. Aren't those 3 all back next year? Jeff's the only senior.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
With a time of 128.7.
Nice to see them smiling. I can't see Jeff smile being behind Reese.
He better be smiling. He's always.
I know, he gets so serious sometimes.
Yeah.
But again, a shout out to those grandparents watching. We have the Ron and Janet Rupert, who are grandparents to Jeff. We have Mason Beal's grandparents, Dave and Christy Engbret, I believe it is. We also have, I believe, Max and Janie Borden watching, which is Reese's grandparents.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. 200 free record goes down.
Boys 100-yard backstroke.
500 free. What did that, or is Patrick Case still?
Eli Pugh has the 500.
Pugh has the 500.
Which I'm guessing it'll go down in the next 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's 439 is his record.
Oh, that could be.
Beal went 455 today.
Lane 1 from Wabash, Robert King. Lane 2, Columbia City, Caden Ferguson. Lane 3, Rochester, Adam Brown.
So Adam Brown is in 3.
Drew Cornell. Lane 5 from Huntington, Nathan York. Lane 6 from Warsaw, Nathaniel Taylor. Lane 7 from Wabash, Ryan Evans. And lane 8 from Huntington, Reed Dillion.
Yep, so Adam Brown in lane 3 for Rochester.
Right now, he looks like he's in second.
Yeah.
Watch this turn down here to see. They don't have to stay on their back to turn just to finish. Yep, he is in second.
Yep.
Good kickoff, and come on, bring it in strong.
Come on,
bring
Adam.
those arms. Come on, Adam.
Come on, Adam. Get in there.
Come on, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Gotta have a good finish. He's gonna get third.
Yeah, he's gonna get third.
Holds his seed though. That's a good swim.
Nice swim, Adam.
Yep. Right off where he was at prelims last night. Which again, kind of a different mindset today. Not really expecting to go, but too much faster than last night at least because of the quick turnaround. But
Lane 1 from Culver, James Gordon. Lane 2 from Warsaw, Nicholas Zogby. Lane 3 from Warsaw, Zach Lalonde. Lane 4 from Columbia City, Aaron Fix. Lane 5 from Rochester, Jeffrey Rupert.
Let's go, Jeff!
Lane 6 from Northfield, Grant Dale. Lane 7 from Columbia City, Telly Varga. And lane 8 from Plymouth, Kirk Hedich.
So Jeff Rupert, lane 5 for Rochester.
But watch out
Gonna
for
take
that
his time getting
Warsaw
in.
swimmer.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Jeff,
Jeff.
awesome
Nice start.
Gets out in front on the start.
Absolutely.
Let's see if he can
hang on to it and go. Great
Come on,
turn.
Jeff.
Come on, kick.
Jeff looks really good this
Come
first
on, Jeff.
20 yards of the race. Come on, Jeff. Hold on to it. He's got to come back hard.
Come on.
This kid in the green cap's going to close.
Yes, he is. Kick it.
Come on, Jeff. A little shallow on that turn for Jeff, but it's going to be close. That kid in the green just has a really fast second 50.
Yeah.
Come on, Jeff.
Come on, Jeff.
Come on, we need a good turn.
That wasn't quite as good as we wanted. But he's going to finish a solid second for sure.
Yeah.
Great swim, Jeffrey
Try to get in there as
Rupert.
fast as possible for a good time.
Well, he broke a minute, 56:38.
That's a good time.
What was his time the other night?
Last night he went 57:57, so he dropped over a second. Yep.
That's awesome. That's hard
Best
to do.
time for Jeff.
And he just came out of, remember, folks, that 200 free relay,
right.
just the event before. He did lead it off, but he stayed and got his ribbon so he could get that picture taken up on the up on
probably 10 minutes top.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10-minute turnaround.
Yeah.
Next
Which is not much.
No. Next we have that 100 breaststroke.
Yep, 100 breaststroke, lane 4 and 8 are Tippecanoe Valley swimmers in this first heat we'll have after the awards. So Mason, Steven, and Camden Tucker are going to be in 4 and 8 for Valley in the first heat of the breaststroke here in a little bit.
All right.
Finals from the boys 100-yard backstroke. In 8th place from Columbia City, Telly Varga. In 7th place from Plymouth, Kirk Hedich. In 6th place from Northfield, Grant Dale. In 5th place from Culver, James Gordon. In 4th place from Warsaw, Zach Lalonde. In 3rd place from Warsaw, Nick Zogby. 2nd place from Rochester, Jeffrey Rupert.
Way to go, Jeff!
Good job, Jeff! In 1st place with a time of 55.24, Aaron Fix from Columbia City.
He's not being able to...
Event 11, boys 100-yard breaststroke, consolation heat.
All right, we have 2 Valley swimmers in here, one in lane 4 and one in lane 8.
Lane 2 from Plymouth, Hugh Smith. Lane 3 from Cass, Matt Appleton. Lane 4 from Tippy, Mason Stephen. Lane 5 from Plymouth, Daniel Stouffer. Lane 6, Colbert, Mark Yanez. Lane 7, Pioneer, Owen Weiss. And lane 8 from Tippy, Camden Tucker.
Mason Stephen from Valley stays under a long time. His pull-out.
Well, that means he's got a tremendously long pull-out, which is really great. He gets that full body length pull and then the kick and gets up into his. He is now in third in that heat. He needs to pick it up if he's going. Oh, he may be in fourth. Lane 3 is right there as well. It's going to depend on who reaches at the end there between 3 and 2. Oh, he's moving up, moving up. He's may have gotten, no, he was
third.
Third.
Yep.
So he dropped down a little bit.
It's going to be about 111, 112. That's a pretty good time.
And lane 8 is also from Tip Valley, am I right?
Yep, got
and that's 8th place, so that's 16th actually.
Board is official.
So Mason added a little bit of time, but all right.
In lane 1 from Warsaw, Andrew Deming. Lane 2 from Rochester, Mason Brady.
Yeah, Mason!
Lane 3 from Warsaw, Nick Bazzoni. Lane 4 from Warsaw, Grant Knight. Lane 5 from Plymouth, Alex Banza. Lane 6 from Wabash, Jacob Bress. Lane 7 from Culver, Nicholas Warnholt Steck. And lane 8 from Columbia City, Maxwell Joseph.
Let's go, Mason.
All right, Mason. You got the height on all these, so let's get a good start and turn. Get out there. Long pull out. All right.
Come on, Mason. He's got to get out and go this first 50.
Yes, he does.
Sub 30 would be ideal.
Come on, Mace.
Come on, Mason. Come on. Turnover, come on.
Get her going,
Get in
Mace.
there.
Get her going. And turn.
Yeah, so he was sub 30 the first. What was he?
He's in lane
29.6?
Yes.
So that's good. If he can bring it home in 34, 35, he'll be 104.
And he'll be faster than where he was, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Mason.
Come on, Mason.
You can get in there second.
Yeah.
Come on, Mason.
Come on.
Come on, you got
Get
this.
in there, come on.
Push it, Mason, push it.
Go. Come on, Mason.
Nice swim, nice
There we go.
swim. 33.07.
I think it should be 104. Maybe 103. We'll see.
Yeah.
Shot Mason!
Woo! 102.56.
Woo! Nice shot, Mason! You're ready!
Way to go, Mason!
Woo! That's awesome. Yeah, Brady!
Get away, Mason! Woo!
Board is official.
Awesome. Wow. He just took 4 seconds off of that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's a really good time. Oh, they changed it.
Oh.
103.86. Still a really good time though. Still broke 104. They must have had lane 3 and lane 2 confused or something. Nice shot, Bree!
100-yard breaststroke. In 8th place from Columbia City, Maxwell Joseph. In 7th place from Warsaw, Andrew Stemming. In 6th place from Culver, Nicholas Warnholtz-Deck. In 5th place from Wabash, Jacob Bruss. In 4th place from Plymouth, Alex Van. In 3rd place from Rochester, Mason Brady. In 2nd place from Warsaw, Nicholas Bazzoni. And in 1st place with a time of 57.77, a state cut time from Warsaw, Grant Knight.
There's only one in the beat. Huntington, that is it in the beat. I can't believe they get close down there. But it's got to be.
Event 12, boys 400-yard freestyle relay, consolation heat. Swimming today in lane 4 from Huntington, Keegan Moutz, Blade Marn, Connor Mason, and Nathan York.
This team, Huntington, will get 9th. They have absolutely nobody else to swim against, which is a shame. That's tough swimming like that with nobody else to swim against. But as long as they don't jump, then they will get the award points for 9th.
Good job, Big Ten!
Mason! Woo! Nice job. Nice time.
That was awesome.
Looks like we're seated 8th in this.
Yeah.
Rochester will swim next in the second heat or the finals, but they are seated 8th, and they stacked the first 2 relays and then put 4 others in here. I still expect that they can move up, and they have nowhere to go but up, so the least they can get is 8th.
I'm guessing this team right here is going to get 9th.
I bet you're right,
Really?
Abby. I bet you're right. Long as they don't get disqualified,
Yep.
and I saw they had a really safe start.
I think they got a shot at getting 9th here.
I think so. As I said earlier, I don't know that I've ever seen a sectional with only 9
teams
in the 400 free relay.
Mm-hmm. that comes back to numbers, because I guess some teams just don't have enough to fulfill all relays with 4 kids.
You are correct. Well, you know, that's swimming year-round takes a lot out of people.
Yeah.
Not only does it cost money to do that, because you have to pay whatever club you're swimming with, as well as your USS, which is United States Swimming Organization, used to be called AAU for all of you that were older. They all each take a amount, plus when you go to meet, you have to pay per event that you're in. And many times if you go away for a long weekend, it's usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you end up having to stay overnight, and that of course costs money as well for the entire family. Many times that's swimming families or anybody else who plays or does anything year-round. That is their vacation. That is how they spend their vacation, is supporting their children in all the different events throughout the summer to continue to get better, so they are better in high school, with a possibility of going on and getting some kind of scholarship in college if they want to continue to do so.
All right, so they do end up getting 9th, and now it's time for the championship final.
Yes, it is the last heat of the day.
Yep, last one.
From Pioneer, Keaton Schroeder, Garrett Schroeder, Corey Gottschall, and Jason Mersch. In lane 2 from Tippy, Daniel Alexander, Dakota Prater, Chase Brower, and Mason Stephen. Swimming in lane 3 from Warsaw, Jacob Lalonde, Nick Zogby, Zach Lalonde, and Evan Borchers. Swimming in lane 4 from Culver, Hokai Pond, Pierce Ellert, Francis Ellert, and Forrest Bumgardner. Swimming in lane 5 from Columbia City, Charlie Varga, Aaron Fix, Ryan DeVito, and Matt Weber. In lane 6 from Plymouth, Mitch Rose, Cameron Riddle, Kirk Heddich, and Alex Vanza. In lane 7 from Wabash, Trace Goodwin, Jonah France, Ryan Davis, Jacob Bress. And in lane 8 from Rochester, Isaac Smith, William Thon, Brody Stone, and Mason Copeland.
Woo!
So Rochester in lane 8 at the top of your screen, Valley in lane 2 towards the bottom of your screen.
Right, and we have some nice swimmers in here.
Yeah. Isaac Smith leading off.
And Isaac, remember, was in the 200 and the 500, so that's great. And Will Tone's in there, even though they pronounce it Thon, it's Tone. And is it Brady Stone or Brody Stone? And the fourth one is I'm not sure.
Copeland, Mason Copeland.
Oh, Mason Copeland, who also swam the 200 and the 500.
Yep.
So it's nice to see a new young swimmer with Brody Stone in there swimming.
So it looks like
Being able to
Isaac's
make
got
the
Rochester in fourth right now.
Fourth place. Remember, we preceded 8th. So hopefully we can keep it going and move up some places. That would be wonderful.
Absolutely. So Will in the water now, Will Tone. Valley looks to be in 7th. Fighting for 5th. Right in there with those 2 other teams.
Will's still in there. Come on, Will.
Still got about 2 body lengths on 5th. So next up it'll be Brody Stone for Rochester.
Okay.
Some outside smoke.
Right,
as we call it.
That's what we like to do is
absolutely
getting that outside and swim stronger in the finals, which they're doing. It's great to see. Brody's got a nice stroke for now coming through the Royals program. My understanding from Abby over here is he started last year as a freshman. That's awesome that he makes one of the relay teams.
Looks like he's going fast too. Let's see what he can. First split's a 26.
Well, you probably know better than what I do that he swims.
That's pretty good. Columbia City. Columbia City's got the lead. Come on, Copeland.
Brody kept him up into 5th.
Yep.
But now Mason needs to swim strong and see where we end up. Remember, if they beat anybody, they are better than where they started.
Right.
So that's excellent.
So Copeland turned 6th, I think.
I think you're correct. 7th and 8th are still behind.
Yeah. So he'll try to get in there for 5th here. And he does it. So 5th. Yep.
Good job, gentlemen. Nice 400 freestyle relay.
Yeah.
Move from 8th
Very good.
up to 5th. That's a great job. I want to thank
nice way to end it off.
RTC and Abby for asking me to participate today. Scott Sager, as always, and RTC for broadcasting this.
Nice job, Copeland! Job, Rochester!
Next will be the awards for the relay.
Yep. Thank you, Carmen, for joining us.
Loved it.
Glad to
I
have
just
you here.
can't get away from it, I guess.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
So I don't want to go back coaching full time in in the swimming diving, but I do enjoy still watching and success. And as I know the students, then that makes it all the more fun. See the successes of all you young ones coming up, and that includes you, even though you're a senior graduating and going on to college. Nice job there, Glenda. I'm going to try to sneak out and get out before.
Thank you so much.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Seriously,
it takes me forever.
You're great. Well, Scott Sager here. We want to thank Carmen Reeves. What a great job that was. You as well, Abby. A great job today. Special thanks to my wife, Glenda, for all she did over on the camera work while our son, Quentin, is recuperating from an illness at home. And I want to thank Gracie from Plymouth. She's part of the Plymouth girls swim team, and she was over there helping me with my camera all day for the scoreboard camera. Every time it got bumped, she reset it. So we want to thank her. Thank you again, Carmen, Abby, everybody for being a part of this. We're going to stick it out here and make sure we get the awards and all. Can't thank the folks at Warsaw enough for all they've done to us. So, Abby, in total, with regard to Rochester, who's going and what are they swimming?
All right. Well, Rochester had a fantastic day. PRs all around, even though the short turnaround from last night. Mason Beal qualified for state in the 500, so he'll be swimming that next Friday night.
Excellent.
And then Reese Reaney, Will Tone, Mason Beal, and Jeff Rupert got the school record, broke the school record in the 200 freestyle relay.
Excellent. Now, will they be swimming? They will not go Friday.
They got fourth, so they won't be swimming Friday, but
very good. We'll quiet down and let the announcements go.
Keaton Schroeder, Garrett Schroeder, Corey Gottschall, and Jason Mersch. In sixth place, from Tippy Valley, Daniel Alexander, Dakota Prater Jr., Chase Brower, and Mason Stephen. In fifth place, from Rochester, Isaac Smith, William Thon, Brody Stone, and Mason Copeland. In fourth place, from Plymouth, Mitch Rose, Cameron Riddle, Kirk Hedich, and Alex Vansa. In third place, from Warsaw, Jacob Lalonde, Nick Zogby, Zach Lalonde, and Evan Borchers. In second place, from Culver, Hokai Pond, Pierce Ellert, Francis Ellert, and Forrest Bumgardner. And in first place, with a time of 3:17.76, a new school record, from Columbia City, Charlie Varga, Aaron Fitz, Ryan DeVito, and Matt Weber.
Well, what a great thing for Columbia City, making it to state on their relay team. Again, Mason Brady, heck of a swim. Was that a school record on his swim?
No.
Oh, Mason
yes,
Brady.
Yes, it was. I'm sorry.
So we got a school record there.
School record for Mason Brady, too.
But not heading down to state on Friday, correct?
Right. He got third. Still a really good swim. Yeah, school record. Broke Patrick Case's 104.5, I think that was. So, yeah, he went 103.
He's got to feel good as a senior on his last swim. Putting his name up on the board for, hey, a little while until somebody else comes along, right?
Yeah.
Well, you had a great season. I've learned more about swimming than ever before. I don't know how many people come up to me here at Warsaw today, thank us, tell us they were at various places around the country for business or whatnot, and they were able to watch the girls swimming. Very grateful to have it, and we're happy to provide that for you. Again, we kind of up the bar a little bit today by bringing in some experts who knew what they were talking about. We appreciate you being here. I want to thank all of our viewers, and I want to remind you that we can't do this without our sponsors. So as you see us run spots for the various businesses that support what we do, we ask that you support them as well, because we couldn't do it without them. But again, thanking Carmen Reeves, thanking Abby McCarter, thanking Glenda Sager for her great work. I'm Scott Sager, and we'll catch you next time. We've got basketball all next week, and basketball sectionals for the boys coming up real soon. So keep it tuned here to RTC TV4, and we'll keep bringing them to you. Thanks so much.
For today's sectional, in 13th place, Northfield. 12th place, Manchester. 11th place.
They're announcing
Huntington
places for
North.
schools today in the sectional.
Logansport. 9th place, Pioneer. 8th place from Wabash with 84. 7th place with 162, Cass. 6th place with a score of 168, Tippy Valley. 5th place with a score of 171, Plymouth. 4th place with a score of 287, Rochester. Third place with a score of 290, Culver Academy. In second place with a score of 315, Columbia City. And in first place with a score of 421, Warsaw Community High School.
Well, Warsaw, great host, but a great team over here as well. Winning the boys sectionals is the team, sending a lot down to state next weekend. So congratulations again. Can't thank Warsaw enough for all the hospitality, taking great care of us every time we come over. We came over 5 times this year to film from their pool, and each time they were as gracious as the time before. So again, Scott Sager, thank you for tuning in. Couldn't do it without the viewers, couldn't do it without the fans. So thanks for being a part of this. We'll catch you next time here on